Hey guys, welcome to another in-depth video. So this one is going to be about tiny adventures. And now you're probably sitting there going, what's she waffling on about? What the hell is tiny adventures? Tiny adventures is this. So tiny adventures is a concept. I don't know who came up with it. If I'm totally honest, it's something that I came across on Tumblr like a few years ago, and I always thought, oh well, that's cool. Most people that I'm not totally organised, and it was just one of those things that caught my eyes, a nice way of keeping track of things, and then started thinking on it more, and I thought, okay, well, let's see if this helps with my depression at all. Let's see if I can weave this as a way to help with my depression. So basically what it is you set yourself a list of goals for that week, that month, that year, and you then aim towards working towards those goals. And it's stupid little things like read a book, paint a picture, go for a run. Really simple little things that we just think, oh well, it's a no-brainer, of course I'm going to do that, but you don't actually always find the time. So I've started tackling it in a way that, okay, what will make me happy? What are things that are creative or focus driven that really sometimes I say I'm going to do and then I don't. And so that's what this is. I've done mine month by month, so I'll give you a quick preview. So I've got my first page there, and all it is I haven't done them all, which I don't think is a bad thing, I suppose. I've been quite ill with the wisdom teeth and the being in bed and getting off meds. This month I've struggled a little bit, but I also, it's the first month that I've actually properly done it, so I'm still testing the waters on it. So for January I had things like this. So I'd just drawn circles, put what I wanted to do in the middle, and then how many times a month I wanted to do them. Ignore me apparently not being able to colour inside lines. So I got like read for 20 minutes, create something physical, and write something, and then in some cases I've got like what I've done on the next page. So for like create something physical, I did a 24-hour tonkotsu broth for my ramen and things like that. I've also got like draw things, workout, which didn't really happen with all the sickness because super exhausted. Play D&D, did lots of that. Kinda 20 minutes of Japanese, listen to a new band, paint or build a mini, like one that hasn't got anything filled in. I aim to create 2 campaigns this month, but I just haven't found the inspiration yet. Go for a poke walk. That didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. I was going for a lot of poke walks, just hasn't quite worked out. Watch an anime. Been watching loads of anime in comparison. So yeah, it's just simple little things. You decide how many times you want to do it in a month. So for example, I wanted to create 2 campaigns this month, go for 12 poke walks, watch 6 animes, and then as soon as you've done it, you colour it in. Really, really simple, but actually really helpful, because if you keep this where you can see it, you're just thinking, oh well, I've got a spare 20 minutes, let's doodle something, or you know, things like that. I found it very helpful with my creative kind of side, because even if I wasn't doing them, I was thinking about them. So like the campaign one, I didn't actually write a campaign down, but I was brainstorming a lot of ideas for campaigns, which I wouldn't have necessarily been doing if I hadn't set my goal to write a campaign. So although I failed at writing a campaign or 2, I was still engaging in it. which really helps. They're really good for things like fitness as well. So I had kind of workout in there. Okay, I only worked out twice, but that's 2 more times that I probably would have worked out, if I'm totally honest. And it, looking at it from a fitness point of view, because I know a lot of people use it for fitness, you have things like learn a new yoga pose, or up how much I bench, or things like that. You know, it's little personal goals, which is really important in life in general, but I think it's even more important if you suffer with depression or anxiety, because those little goals turn into big triumphs. I have noticed an improvement in my mood since doing it, very much so. I find myself engaging a lot more in things. Stupidly, I've actually been reading less and creating more. And like planning things that I can do. Like next month I want to try and make dice bags. And I want to try and create something for Wraith Pool for our D&D sessions. So that will come under something physical. I definitely have learned kind of what's more reasonable for me at the moment. Like the workout 12 times in a month seemed reasonable at the time, but logistically I just really struggled with it. So I know that for February I'm going to have workout 6 times in a month, because that's a more achievable goal for me at the moment, and then I can look at upping it again. If you do this and you don't complete them, don't feel bad. You've tried. And that's it's setting yourself a goal and aiming towards it. You don't necessarily have to complete that goal all in one sitting. That's the point of tiny adventures. You are giving yourself little segments. It's like, you know, having a massive orange, and then you're just like, well, I'm going to eat this much today, and then I'll eat that much tomorrow. And that's good. Breaking things down makes it a lot easier. And the other thing I found, like with the reading one, I was thinking, read for 20 minutes. Right. Well, I don't want to start like a book. What can I read? And I found myself kind of searching online for things to read. So I was reading companion pieces for games I was playing and stuff like that, or super short little mangas. And again, that really helped, because I was reading things that I wouldn't have necessarily been reading normally, because I was fitting it into that kind of 20-minute gap where I didn't want to start something big. So you end up branching out and finding new things, which again I think really helps, because you're engaging a lot more, which is something that, at least me personally, engaging in new things is very difficult with my depression. I find it quite a struggle to focus on things. Pardon me. That's my stomach complaining because I haven't put any food in it yet. And like the drawing things, I am not a big drawer. I'm going to be totally honest here. I'm not a big drawer, and it was one of those things I've always wanted to be able to draw. And so I was just drawing stupid little things like that D20 on the front, the dice shape. But it's something like I've never been able to draw it before, so I just sat down and focused on drawing that. Alright, it took me, I admit, longer than I wanted it to, but it looks good and I'm really happy I did it. So it pushes you to do little things, and you can set this for day-to-day life. Like, if you are someone who is super unorganised with your washing, you can have it that you are going to have 8 slots, so you're doing your washing twice a week for a month. And things like that. Just little things. It can be adapted to anything in life, which I think is really, really good. So kudos to whoever came up with it. I really wish I knew who it was. If you do know who it is, like, post it below, because I'm really curious to check out anything else they might be doing. But it's great because it gets you into a more organised pattern. A somewhat chaotic organised pattern, admittedly, but a more organised pattern. And yeah, I've found that it's really helped. Like I said, I'm focusing mine towards creativity. You can focus yours towards anything, but I do recommend it. And it doesn't have to be like circles. You can draw what you want. You can have it as little dots, or you can have it as like tick boxes if you want. That's just where I was going for that day. But yeah, all it is, set yourself a goal and have a number of things for each of those. I'm doing myself 12, yeah, I had to count that, tasks a month, and then of those tasks I've got a certain number. Like I said, I'll be adjusting things like the workout one, I'll probably adjusting the reading one slightly. I will be adding in, like, swapping out some old for new, some ones that, sorry about that, I found didn't help me too much. Like, I'll be swapping those out for something that might help me more with creativity or focus and things like that. And even if you put like dead easy ones on there, like today I got out of bed before 11 o'clock, which I realise isn't always dead easy, trust me, been there. But like, if you put one on there that you think you are super easily going to achieve, then you get that sense of achievement with it as well. The fact that you can see how much you're progressing is really important as well, because I am hoping by the end of this year to be able to look back and go, well, I started off and I was only doing, like, I did 2 workouts in that month, and then the end of it I'll be able to go like, you know, shit, I've been working out 3 times a week or something. Or, you know, I've gone from drawing 3 things in January to now I've got a full sketchbook. And it's making things that you want to achieve or things in life easier by breaking them down into bite-sized portions. And you know, that can only be a good thing, because you are more likely to do things if they aren't daunting. When you're depressed, if you have something that you just look at and go, oh, how the fuck am I gonna do that, you are less inclined to try to do it. I think that's the same with life in general, but I think since I've gotten bad with my depression again, like, I've found that a lot more applicable, that if it's a big daunting task, I will just walk away from it rather than attempting it. So it's a good way of breaking down a big task into, sorry, just watching little Gizmo Cat in the bottom corner, into manageable pieces. So yeah, it's Tiny Adventures. If you look it up on like Tumblr and things like that, I'm pretty sure you'll see a lot of posts. I know a lot of people do this as a way of organising, and it's something that I'm finding is helping. So I will probably give you another update at the end of next month, see what's changed, see if I still have that opinion, and yeah, give it a try. At worst, you colour in 1 box. At best, you colour in all of them. So until next time, have an awesome day, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye.